Hello and welcome to the first of the Finance Analytic videos. This content aims to introduce you and act as a quick reference for the payroll dashboard. The benefit of this product is to quickly analyze both the detailed transactions and the hierarchy of chart string components such as department, account, and job categories. Additionally, users have the ability to filter data across multiple years and accounting periods. For the first time ever, users will now be able to drill through the complexity of payments to individuals through multiple job codes, multiple accounts, by multiple departments. This content is intended for financial stakeholders who wish to better understand their payroll and position tracking at all levels for business use. The data sources from the accounting as well as human resources databases. The data refreshes nightly and changes are seen the following morning, with the exception of Saturday night. Let's begin by first reviewing how to access the environment and the steps needed to properly log in. To log in, simply use UNT/your EUID and your password. Please recall that if you have not used the payroll dashboard before, you can locate the payroll object under the following folder structure: Open, Insights, the payroll folder, and then the payroll item, highlight it, and select Open. Before we dive into the data, let's familiarize ourselves with the functionality of the product and how to use things like global filters, navigating the different pages, making selections on the visuals, drilling through hierarchies, and sourcing definitions of terms. Please be aware that this data has been anonymized for this training instance. The prompt dropdowns you see that run the top of the page in a horizontal line are global filters, which means they affect the outcome you see presented on every page. Here, users may make selections to condense the dataset down to the specific items they seek. Every chart string, time dimension, and job-related information is available for you to make the determination of how to source your outcomes. All global filters have the ability to select one or more items, and some filters, such as account, department, job title, etc., allow you to keyword search the descriptions based on the beginning of the string to assist in finding what you are looking for, if you don't know the exact name. As an example, if we select the job title prompt dropdown, we could make selections, or perhaps use the keyword search to find all jobs that start with assistant. If at any time you have lost track of where your filters have been assigned, you can select the refresh button in the menu bar to reset the filters back to default. The main page is the summary representation of all payroll expenditures university-wide. This page reads from left to right, includes different colored bars by fiscal years, and is interactable at graphical points. Starting from the left, you have the university account chart string hierarchy, which defaults to show all operating expenses. The middle graph contains the same content, but divided between the university's departmental hierarchy. The far right section is read from top to bottom, displaying distinct headcounts and dollars by accounting period. All graphs flowing to the right maintain the influence of visual representation from the elements on the left. For example, if you left-click the green 2018 bar on the left, every graph to the right will now only show 2018 data. To reset your selection, click in the gray plot area of the graph you selected the bar in. Any graph that has underlined labels on the horizontal axis can be left-clicked to drill through its hierarchical levels all the way to the individual chart string. For example, we can drill through the middle graph, which represents department. We left-click on Student Affairs to reveal the next level down in the hierarchy. We continue drilling down by left-clicking Student Engagement, followed by Student Engagement General, then Student Activity Center, where we reveal the lowest budgetary department. You can track back to any layer of the hierarchy by selecting a specific chevron above the bar. Now for an example. Let's understand the wage expenditure structure, which are mostly hourly roles, at the site chart string from Kerr Hall. We first use the global filter on the site to select or search Kerr Hall. We immediately see the graphics adjust to now only include data just specific to Kerr Hall. Continuing to isolate our data to our needs, we begin to drill through the account hierarchy by left-clicking the operating expenses, through to salaries and wages, and then finally wages. Now we drill in on the department hierarchy chart through Student Affairs to Auxiliary Services. This perspective allows us to see, for example, student wages split between housing and dining services with trends of headcount and dollars across accounting months. If we desire to see the tabular information behind a specific scenario you have created, you can do so by double left clicking a bar or point on a graph. You'll notice a tooltip that will say View Tabular. Click this to reveal a pop-out screen with the background information. Furthermore, by right-clicking in the table, you can select Export Tabular Table from the pop-up window, which brings up an additional window for properties on how to export to CSV or Excel. Now that we are familiarized with how to use the summary page, let's move on to the detail page by clicking the tab. The Detail tab was designed to further expand and hone in on more of the individual transactions of payroll expenditures at both the account chart string and detail employee level. All three graphs are still driven by the global filters, but can be controlled additionally by the auto search local filters of Department ID or Employee ID search boxes. The top graph shows a trend of dollars by accounting month, similar to the one seen on the summary page. The matrix table in the bottom left shows the total dollars by account chart string by fiscal year. Notice that the fiscal years in this table can be expanded to show individual accounting months if desired. The table on the right shows summarized journal line information for each employee transaction by journal ID. This is essentially the representation of an individual's paycheck by chart string and pay period. Let's now create an example using an employee ID to find specific information about an employee during a point in time. Notice that all graphs on this page are now representative of that employee. Drilling in on any individual line item in the table by left double-clicking and selecting View Paycheck from the subsequent tooltip reveals the pay information by account and job department hierarchy. In this specific example, we can see this employee has two different job titles, and drilling into one job title divulges that two departments are responsible for covering the expenditures. The last tab of this dashboard is Definitions. Here you will find links based on every term used in this dashboard. Clicking on a term will take us to our data governance area, where we are now exposed to every piece of information particular to that term. Source table or tables, the column or columns that term is derived from in PeopleSoft, its friendly name, example values, etc. An additional option to find the definitions of term also exists by going to the visualizations on the summary or detail page. As an example, if we navigate back to the summary page and double-click on any point of data, a tooltip will pop open. Below, where we learned about viewing tabular data, options appeared titled External Link, followed by the name of the term. The graphs are set up to show the terms being ingested to make the visualization. Clicking on any of these external links will take you to the same place as before, revealing the attributes about the term. This video showed you the overall capabilities of the Payroll Analytic Dashboard, including how to identify key patterns at a department level and drill to individual details during a given accounting period for a given chart string combination. This concludes the Payroll Financial Analytical Dashboard Usage Guide. If you find that you do not have access to financial analytic content or have additional questions, please begin by emailing insights@unt.edu.